I'm not out here like to dramatize, but I do think there's something going on in the way Liverpool seem to be easily caught at this early part of the season. You know, we have enough of a sample now, with the exception of the Arsenal game and maybe Burnley and maybe one or two others I may not remember. But I know in the Arsenal game, we gave them a lot of respect, which is something I'll talk about when I talk about Arsenal. Arsenal sometimes do this thing where they are too cautious and let the game come to them and usually end up wasting 45 minutes of football. But other teams have basically taken advantage of the frailties of Liverpool by being direct and going over their press to force their defenders who are having to play every 3 days in Van Dijk and Konate. They're having to play every 3 days. And if you kind of keep making them run towards their goal, it seems like something does give. Ouattara could have made it even more handsome of a lead. There was an opportunity for them to have gone at least 4 goals in this game, Brentford. And it was not a fluky 3-goal score. Liverpool does score, of course, because they're always good for a goal in any game. However, they're conceding too many right now. And Arne Slot is being very honest about it, but it's worrisome, you know, for if you're a Liverpool fan, it should be definitely worrisome that you can't keep a clean sheet. I know Liverpool fans, or most football fans, don't want to watch the football Arsenal's playing, you know. And as an Arsenal fan who saw 20 plus years of Arsene Wenger, I can sometimes get irritated by that too. But at a championship level, in a league now that's so physical and so tightly competed in almost every game, every single action and duel matters. And I think you're asking too much of Virgil van Dijk and Konate when we don't have in front of them one proper number 6. You know, they don't even have a player like Fabinho. And I like Ryan Gravenberch. I love Ryan Gravenberch, but he's not a stopper in that midfield. He's more of a Diaby, playmaky type, you know, lanky guy who can cover a lot of ground. He can do both sides of the ball, but he is not a Caicedo or a Rice, or Chelsea has more than one. You know, they even have Romeo Lavia. And I think of like Manchester United, of course, he's older now, but they have Casemiro. I think Tottenham, they have both Palhinha and Bentancur. Bentancur is a bit more better on the ball than Palhinha, but like most teams that are performing quite well, especially in this Premier League where there's a lot of good athletes, they have players in that midfield who are very good at sitting and breaking play down. And with Liverpool, it seems easy to run through them. And I think maybe they've leaned too much into their offensive firepower. And that is working, and it's not perfect, but it's working. I do think, though, they are missing Trent and they are missing Alisson. And I think those guys, and then in addition to that, it's a self-imposed one. It's a self-imposed fast tracking of Kirkers into the team and relegation of Robinson out of the team. Robinson has been relegated too quickly. I think he should be doing a timeshare with Kirkers. I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I do watch a lot of Liverpool games, and I think Andrew Robertson still has a lot to offer this team. Leadership, and he's more of a two-way player than I think Kirkers is. I think Kirkers might be, I don't think he's that much better than Robertson going the other way, attacking. But he is younger and he is the future for Liverpool. However, I would make that into a split. And I think there is a problem with the right back Mo Salah combination for sure. Salah, for most of his Liverpool career, played with Trent behind him. And Trent is 1-1, unfortunately. You can't replace Trent.